Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is the Office Doomsday device. Although the author rates this machine as easy or beginner level, I don't think it is so easy as it sounds. This machine will involve so many important techniques, such as directory enumeration, the hash decryption, and also, many other techniques. In summary, there will be a lot to take in this video. And this video, I think, will be going on for a little time. Please be patient and paired with me. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give thumbs up. This will help me with YouTube algorithm. Without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 190. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now I just cut out its result. As you can see over here, I used the option like SceneScan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 open port numbers in total. Besides this filtered port number 22, which is possibly running SSH service. So at this point, we can make a brief guess that we need to do some port knocking to let it open. Okay, so we need to keep this into our minds as we move forward. So now we just take a look at all open port numbers one by one. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service, and also the version information. And the second open port number is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, Apache 2. Also from its default script scanning, we can tell that the target has robots file accessible, which contains one disallowed entry. Afterwards, we need to check it out manually by the browser. And the next one is 148, which is running HTTP service and also the version information. And also, from the title and the generator, we can tell that the target is running Koken, even the exact version number. So later we can check whether this is vulnerable, same as. The last one, 65533, is running HTTP service and also the version information. However, we got the title forbidden. A bit interesting. So I think we can note down such information before we move forward. So the map scanning, what we have already got, the first one, the maybe port 22 needs to be knocked. Okay, and secondly, this port number we can copy. Port number is running Koken, even its exact version number, we can copy. Okay. So next, I think, where should we start from? Just I mentioned in the other videos, if the target machine has file sharing service running, such as FTP service, the NFS service, Samba service, such a service should be the first choice to emulate. This case should be this one. We can launch such a sprite to see whether this service is vulnerable or not. Although here we got one result, however, this is the remote DOS vulnerability or denial of service, which is not what we want. All right. So next, I think we need to check whether this version is vulnerable or not. And we got this. Actually, the version exactly matches. So we can get the exploit for this same as. However, as you notice here, this exploit requires to be authenticated first. At this moment, of course, right now, we are not authenticated. Even here is not exploit code because the extension is text, maybe some sort of instruction how to exploit this vulnerability. And I think we can copy. So what else? So this is vulnerable to this vulnerability. And of course, I think now we can clone the instruction to the working directory. Not clone, maybe copy would be more correct term. Okay, so now I think we have already analyzed the result of the map scanning. So what else we can do? We can start our emulation with web application, both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the manual emulation first. And we can put the IP address. And we got this site back. The page itself didn't give us anything coming Christmas 2020. Yeah, this machine is a bit old. It was done about 4 years ago. Okay, and now we can view page source. You can scroll down to the bottom, and then we can get something. This should be comment, and a very large comment. Of course, you can copy here, but maybe it would be wiser by pulling up the terminal. Use the command Q. Press enter, and we can copy this comment in the page source. Of course, you can use the Subchef online to decode. Alternatively, we can use command. We can use echo and tunnel to base64 utility with the option of -D, which stands for decode. Press enter, and we can get this result. Again, this should be Morse code. We can copy and then go to this subchef and put over here, and we can select the Morse code as operation, and then we can get the first flag. We can copy, and we can save all flags onto this tab. Okay, and now we can move forward. Next, we need to retrieve the robots file. Nothing to see here. Although the directory name says it's nothing to see here, but maybe some sort of the rabbit hole or some trap. So I think it would be better we access this directory manually to confirm. Indeed, it's nothing to see here, and also check its source code. All right, so I think now we have already completed the manual immersion with this port number, port 80. Now we can launch Nikto to do the automatic immersion. The allowed HTTP methods, the header information. Unfortunately, Nikto failed to discover anything important. Next, we can launch GoBuster with the subcommand of dir or directory to launch directory immersion. Now I think we can, so the immersion, the immersion port 80, immersion nick directory. Of course, we need to access this directory manually. There are two files, firewall, fireware, and nick. The second one is pickup file. We can download all files to the working directory. This text file is directly displayed on the page by the browser. Hi, Michelle. I just wanted to say goodbye. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm the lame IT guy. Blah, blah, who cares? But I just wanted to know that the old creepy guy uses a pretty weak password. I think this should be hint left by the author. And the name is fireware text. Okay. And how about the second file, pickup file we can download? Oh, also we found this directory, staff block, and we can also note it down to our notebook as well. And now we need to move the nick pickup file to working directory, and then we can use Wireshark to analyze, right? And yeah, very easy. This is the FTP application. So to analyze those packets easily, we can follow TCP stream, and then we can get the username and password. So this should be the nick pickup file, and then we can get the username and password. Okay, so before we go ahead, I think maybe we can close up the Wireshark because we do not need it anymore. We can FTP to the target with the credentials, what we have already got, create, and also clean. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. Login incorrect. So I think the password possibly was modified. Anyway, now we can go ahead. So I think we have already made immersion with nick directory. It's time to enumerate the second directory, staff block. Staff. And we got another document. We can download it. We can move from downloads directory to our working directory. Of course, because this is the Word Microsoft document, you can transfer it to the Windows host to view. Alternatively, we can use online viewer. This website, you can use Google or Bing to get this link. Not difficult to support this website. And then we can choose files. Dooms. Select. Now it's loading. And then we can view the content of this document. Loading documents. Rendering pages. I think this website can give us a lot of convenience with regard to the Microsoft document. Okay, so create source and blah blah blah, and you can scroll down. You can get the reminder. We can copy. So the IT guy also, we can get the flag, the third flag. Although we didn't get the second flag yet, which doesn't matter. However, there is another very important reminder. The IT guy told that my password is not safe enough. I wonder how he found out. Anyways, I added 3 digits to the end. So I think this is the reason why the credentials didn't work, because the password has been changed by adding 3 digits to the end. So next, of course, we can use Hydra. But before we do that, we need to create the word list based on the rule. You can see over here. And you can, maybe we can use the bash script to do that. But for me, I prefer to use the Python. Python is fantastic. Let me do it now, because this will not take a long time to code. You can use any editor, what you are comfortable with. I prefer the PyCharm, and we can create file like words, and we can save the word list, not S, with append mode. The handler name is F. You can use any name for this handler, which refers to the file itself. And then we can make looping for I range. This should be the first digit, which should be put at the end of the crate. And also similarly, we need to make another loop, the third loop, and then the word should be equal to create plus to string and the K. And then we can write each word into each line of this file. We can use write word. Also, we can use line separator \n. Okay, so that's it. We can save. If you want to, we can print something. For example, like the word list has been created successfully. Okay. Now we can run it to test whether there is some error in this code. We can hopefully not such error, and then we can check out how many words. 1000. I think that's it. So now we can launch Hydra to crack the password. Okay, so now we can hit enter. I used the options like the normal L to specify the username and use the uppercase P to specify the word list, which was created by Python and followed by the Surface FTP, because now, we just followed the instruction of this machine. We can let it run for a moment because the word list is not so big. This will not take a long time to finish. And then we can move forward if we didn't get, any error. Okay, now we successfully got the credential for the FTP service. So this should be, we can put it over here. So now port 21 enumeration. Now we can log in to the target with the username create and its password. It works. So from the structure and the file name, we can guess that we are within the home directory. Okay, and we can get it down, reminder, get archive. Also, we need to check whether we can navigate across different locations. Failed. Next thing, we need to check whether we can upload file. We can and then we can use command put test. We can. So I think now what we got, I think the first one we got the reminder, and also we got the archive zip file. Okay, and also we know that we have a permission, have permission to upload file to the target. Okay, so now next let's check the permission. Oh, sorry, not permission, the content of the file reminder. So I think immediately we can discover the false flag, and we can put over here. Next, I forgot the password for this zip file. I remember, when I did the machine, I thought I can use John the Ripper or Hashcat to crack, but was not successful. Actually, here, this should be the hint left by the author. I remember it made Michelle laugh when he heard it, but Pam got really offended. I think from my point of view, this step would be difficult for me to pass through. And anyway, let's go back. We can use Google and copy this sentence, and almost the first link can lead us to this website. Here can give us some information about the password. So the password should be the big booth. We can copy, and so the zip file. we can copy, and then we can unzip this file, and then we can get two files. The first one, the second one is Michelle. We can cut out this file, Michelle. Okay, I think this should be the private key. In order to use it, we can change its permission settings. But for now, the SSH service is closed. So I think the next important thing for us to do is to knock it open. But to knock it open, we need to get the order of ports, right? So for now, we can get the Michelle private key. Okay, so next thing is email. And so from the email itself, we can get a lot of important information. For example, like the first one should be the possible username, and the archive, so the email, and also we can get another possible username or email address. And also here, Annie, hi, Oscar, Angela is out sick, so she couldn't manage the costume party gallery right now. Dwight showed up as Jamaican zombie woman again. It's gross. Please remove a picture from the gallery. Oh yeah, you do not have access to it, so just use Angela's profile. The password is most probably one of her cat's name. So I think from the email itself, we can tell that the password for the Angela is most probably one of her cat's name. So then I think we, of course, and this is another important information. And another one is the Angela. This should be the username. Of course, we can decapitalize the word, and also the domain name should be the same. Okay? But now we didn't know the entry or where to use this email. Just now we have already completed the 80 and 21. It's time to enumerate the port number 148. So now we can access this port number by the browser. And this is the Dunder timeline albums content. So this, I think the email itself is talking about the custom party gallery and also can remove. But now here, we didn't get the entry to manage this, this site. So to do it, we can launch the GoBuster. Of course, if you, as usual, you launch the GoBuster, you will get the error. Don't worry, we can use the exclude links option, and then you can get, as you can see, we can get the entry for the administration. Okay, so now we can go to the admin. And so far we have already got the username and also the possible or the rule for the password. So then it's most probably one of her cat's name. You can use Google to make some search, and then you can get this link. The link will be put into the description section so that you can refer to it if you want. and there's many or several cats, and also their corresponding limbs. And I think next we need to create the word list, which consists of the limbs of cats. To save time, I've already done that earlier. So now we just cut out the cats, and this should be the limb. And so next, I think maybe we can close up the PyCharm to save resource. We can use the Burp Suite to decrypt the password for this user. Okay? Make sure the intercept option is on, and then we can copy the user name or email address from notebook, put over here, and then we can copy. No need to copy. We just put anything into the password field to sign in, and we can get the request, and then we can send this request to intruder module, and then we can clear all dollars, and then we can mark this password field, and then we need to load the payloads or load the word list. We can load. This should be the cats. Open it and then start attack. Because the word list is very short, it's completed. To get the right password, we can compare the length of the response. I think this one is what we want, and we can copy the password. Sorry, not here. We can copy the password. Copy. Okay, so now we can close up the intruder module, and we can, what I'm doing, I need to launch Burp Suite again. Sorry about this. Okay, so then maybe we can turn off the intercept option. And we can copy the password to log in. Sign in. At the very beginning, we know that this version of CMS, Koken, is vulnerable to the arbitrary file upload. And actually, I've already got the instruction. So next, we can follow the steps to exploit this vulnerability. First of all, we need to create this script, and we need to use this as a file name. Okay, so now PHP, and then we can use like shell. We can copy from Pentest Monkey website. We need to modify the IP address of the Kali Linux. And next, I think we can set up the listener on the Kali Linux to wait for collection from the target. And now we can use the bash, and then double quotes to wrap the entire reversal command. And now maybe we can turn off the proxy. Oh no, I need to turn on. the proxy, enable the intercept option. Next, oh, sorry, I think we need to paste over here. Okay, it's done. Right, and quit. So next, we need to go to the import content, choose the file which lives in the working directory, import, and we need to change the file name, and also here, around here, and then we can forward request. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the collection from the target, and we can spawn interactive shell. Python 2 is not there. Python 3 import pty. Okay, and also we can define the term variable to clear the screen whenever color. Okay, so next we need to do some local enumeration. The 3 users create, nothing there. Go to the white. Sudo. Go to Michelle. But for now, we do not have any permission. So how about SSH? Permission denied. Next, we need to navigate across different locations. How about backups? Nothing there. Go to www directory. Go to HTML directory. We got the hint. Of course, we have to look into this directory. Hint. Index, we can cut out this file. So corporate needs you to find the difference between these pictures. And the picture name, knock log 1. So from the file name, we can tell that the picture has something to do with the pod locking, right? And the next, we need to download all pictures to the Canonics. To do that, because those pictures live within the HTML directory. So then we can use the browser, or maybe alternatively we can use command to wget to download. Okay, wget. We can get down the first picture, second picture. Then we need to use some techniques, for example, like EXIF2. These two can print out the metadata of files or pictures. And then I think we can get the next flag. We can put over here, although we didn't get the 5th flag. And next, even we can, below this flag, we found this comment. And this should be ports. We can use this port to make locking. Okay, we can copy, put over here. And so now we can use knock. Now, at the very beginning, we knew that the port number 22 or SSH service is closed, is not running. So now we can launch the Nmap again. This time the SSH service is running. So now, also earlier we have already retrieved the private key for the Michelle user. So now we can use SSH with the option of I to specify the private key to connect to. However, this private key is passphrase protected, and we need to crack. We can use SSH to jump utility to convert the file or the key to the hash value. Then we can use John the Ripper to crack it, because I've already made cracking before. So now we can use show option to display, and this should be the passphrase for the private key. And then we can supply the passphrase here. Michelle, we can. I think we cannot run many commands, cannot redirect output. We are within the, this is the restrict bash. So before we go further, we need to escape from this restrict bash, and we can use Python to escape. pty spawn. Now, if we go to the home directory, no problem. So now we can go to the Michelle, and then we can get this. We can get the 7th flag. Great. So we can paste over here. Now we can get out the bash history. Authorized. So the sudo, we can run sudo defuse. Change mode, echo, change mode, nano. Script. Very big script. I don't think it's necessary to go through this script. There should be a script of maybe some movie. I'm not sure about it. Next, what else can do? We can do sudo. We can. So now we can go to the home directory, go to the create. It means that we can escalate privilege by running diffuse any file name which starts from diffuse. But for now, we cannot see any files yet. And also we cannot create a file like diffuse because permission denied. Okay, so we need to use another way. Do you remember? We have access to the target with user create by FTP. We can FTP. Also, we have permission to upload the file. Create. Now we can create a file. Maybe we can open up new tab. We can, like, the file name should be starting from the diffuse. So we can copy diffuse. You can use any command also like reverse command, but the simple one is use this command bash with option of I interactive. Now we can put diffuse, and now can we change mode, because now this file doesn't have permission to execute. Diffuse. So online side command. Also we can, so do we have permission to change the modification of FTP? We can cut out etc tech vs FTP configuration file. Everyone has access or have permission to modify this configuration file. We can use Nano or Vim. So how about Vim? Vim is here. And we can change this option, change mode to enable to yes. And then we can write and quit. To make this configuration file effective, we need to restart this machine. We need to restart the target machine. Also, we need to do the port locking again to make the 22 port lumper open. Okay, so see you there. Now we can exit from the SSH session. So after I, see you, I will see you there after I restart the machine. All right, let's continue. I repeated the steps what I've already done before. I restarted the machine and then made the port logging again and FTP to the target, and then I think we can change mode this file. However, as you can see now, we have a problem. Although when we run this command, no error, but we didn't get what we expected. The permission here is 0, no any permission. I think maybe you will have some problem with the change mode, similar to my to me. Okay, so how to do? We can use it's another way to FTP. We can use LFTP. Okay, by default the Linux doesn't have the LFTP. We can use the apt package manager to install it. This step is very easy. We will not go through this step. So for now, we can, of course, I think we can create another shell script. Okay, so now we can use LFTP, and with the option of you to specify the username and password. And now we can put the diffuse, no problem, and then change mode. As you can see now, this time, this file, this shell script is executable, right? So now we can go back, we can sudo, and then we can sudo home create diffuse. As you can see, we are successful in escalating privilege. So now we can get this should be the final flag. Okay, so this should be the ace flag. However, unfortunately, we failed to get the second flag and the fifth flag, and we need to do more local emulation. Go to www directory, go to the HTML2, go to the secret, and then we can get this should be the second flag. Okay, and so how about the fifth flag? Go to the storage. Of course, you can use the Linear script to do the automatic enumeration, and then we can get the collection credential for the database, and then we can log in to the database or connect to the database with this credential, and we can copy this password. Okay, and we can show databases. We can use the second database for obvious reason, and then show tables. And the first table should contain the flag. We can use select from flag to dump the data. So that's it. We can get the fifth flag. So far, we have already retrieved all flags. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.